Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com, coming to you from the Sebastian Arnold studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. As always, if you would be so kind, if you're enjoying the videos, please give us the old thumbs up on this one. And if you haven't done so already, would you please consider maybe even subscribing to our channel? Make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified each time we put up brand new content. And of course, this would be no fun at all without knowing what you guys are playing. That is one of my favorite parts of the job. So in the comment section, please let us know what you're on today. Maybe you're tailing the Deep-3. Maybe you're fading the Deep-3. Maybe you've got something cooked up on your own. Whatever it is, man, there's a lot of sports going on. Pro basketball, college basketball, college football, soccer going on across the pond. We had a darts play the other day. Whatever it is, if you can win it and you can hit it, you got an angle, let us know what it is. When you get it right, we'll give you the shout out. You get enough of them right, just like Sebastian Arnold, you will be our camper of the day. And of course, make sure you stop by and check out winnersandwhiners.com, statsalt.com. Deep dives into every game going on in America every single day. If you can bet on it, you can bet we're writing about it at winnersandwhiners.com. All right, kids. Well, let's do the inevitable dissection of yesterday's action. We did have not the best day at all. We had the Dallas Mavericks going up there to Boston to take on the Celtics without Gordon Hayward. Didn't matter, as Dallas picked up their first road loss, first time they haven't covered on the road, because of course they did. And then we had Matt Breida over 44.5 yards. You know he got 10 carries and did absolutely jack shit. He got 18 yards in those 10 carries, and 7 of them came on 1 carry. So he had 9 carries for 11 yards in his other ones. That's a great pick right there. You're welcome. And as far as the total goes, we did hit on the Dallas-San Francisco. On the Seattle-San Francisco over. I have no idea how we got there. We had to be honest with you, we really had no business being anywhere near that total. Defenses really dominated. They dominated so much there was 2 scooping scores, and that really kept us in the game. And on the premium side, yep, cold as freaking ice. We had the North Dakota State University Bison against the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo Anteaters. Are they the Anteaters? Mustangs. Mustangs is what they are. It doesn't matter because you know what, they played good. North Dakota State had a lot of trends pointing in our direction. Cal Poly had been the worst team against the number the last 5 years, and North Dakota State returning 4 starters, great shooting team at home. Trying to cover 15, couldn't get there, did not get to the number. And then we had, on the other premium side, we had the San Francisco Giants. Team total over 27.5 is where we had that capped. And I know the number actually came down to 6. Because probably a lot of people were able to get it at 27. And thought we might be able to maybe walk away with a push for a lot of folks there with that field goal in overtime. Oh, no. Not even remotely close. After being nails, hitting that 47-yarder at the end of regulation, they were unable to do that. And that was, you know what? I'm not gonna bitch about the ref costing us a game. And probably, like I said, we really had no business being there. But on that third down play, I swear to God, his butt was on the first down marker, and he certainly looked like he had the ball over the line. The side judge had it marked. Anyway, I thought that was a first down. I thought we had a shot to keep the ball moving there. Anyway, didn't happen. So we go, if you're scoring at home, that is 1-4 on the day. I need a day off. That's what I need. Not going to get it. So you know what? We double down. We keep working hard. And it's even when you have to do these videos, you got to gobble some shit. And I still the part about it is, and we talked on the premium side about this, is you guys see my thought process. You see what goes on. I like a lot of the comments, because a lot of the comments you guys had about this game, either you agreed with me or you didn't agree with me, but you told me why. And I'm totally cool with that. I've told you guys the whole time I've been doing these videos, if you're going to fade me in advance and tell me why. And that's absolutely, you're going to have a difference of opinion. one of us is going to be right. And tonight, a lot of you guys that faded me had good reasons, and you were right. So, all right. So moving on, let's turn it around. What do you say? It's Tuesday. It's MACtion. Let's get it on. Looks like we're going to dodge the weather. Had a couple of you guys talked about. We talked a little bit about being the weatherman, and they got a serious storm coming through there. But it looks like it's going to be there late. They're going to get some snow during the day, and then it's going to stop, and then I guess they're going to get hammered again. But they've actually moved up the start time on these games to avoid the storm. We'll see what happens. According to the Weather Channel, both of these games should be played in a windy condition. It's going to be cold. It's going to be low 20s, high teens, a little wind chill, about a 15-mile-an-hour wind west-northwest. So it ain't going to be pleasant, but it looks like it's not going to be a treacherous field. So we'll see what happens there. Because, just like handicappers, the weatherman is never wrong. We're going to start off looking at the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Akron Zips. Akron the offense is absolutely dreadful. They've scored just 33 points in 5 conference games. That's 6.6 points per game. However, it gets worse because 24 of those 33 points came in one game against Central Michigan. That was the second game of the season, back in September when the weather was nice. In fact, Akron was actually a 2.5-point favorite in that game against Central Michigan. But they lose by 11, put up 24 points. Since then, they've had 4 conference games here in the last 4 weeks, and they have put up 9 points. That's right. If you're doing the math at home, you already knew the answer. They have put up 9 points in 4 games. They haven't scored, of course, they haven't scored a touchdown. Sure, they're going to break through and score sometimes. Absolutely. Hell, the way we're running might even be today. But if you're looking at trends, this one is impossible to ignore. I like the Eastern Michigan team total under 14.5. You're giving us 2 touchdowns plus. I got to take it. Give me the Eagles team total under. And going to take a look at the Western Michigan Broncos, Ohio Bobcats. We played an under on this Western Michigan team last week. Kind of took a bad beat. It was a game where they had actually had a kickoff return for a touchdown, and that ended up being the difference. But in this one, I've got a trend with these teams. We're going back to the well, sort of. I like the first half under in this one. It's total on this is 61.5. I'm going to guess the first half total is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-ish. But I do like it all the way down to probably 28.5, maybe even 28. I'd sure like to have the hook there with 4 touchdowns. These are 2 teams that play outstanding defense in the first half. Western Michigan has held their opponents to 8.8 points per game in the first half, and that is a team that gives up almost 23 on the game. Ohio, on the other hand, kind of the same deal. They give up 11 points in the first half, and they give up 28.5 for the full game. Neither offense lights up the scoreboard in the first half. Western Michigan averages just under 19 points, and Ohio averages 13. Broncos, they lead the MAC in rushing. So Ohio, they're going to try to play keep away. They're going to try and run the ball, keep the clock moving to limit the Broncos' possessions because Ohio rush defense is not good. I don't know, like I said, the exact number on this. Like I said, I'm good with this one. All the way down to let's call it 28. I'm going to like the Western Michigan Ohio Bobcats first half under 8. And finishing off with a little play from the college basketball world, Creighton Blue Jays at the Michigan Wolverines. Creighton's catching 4.5 on the road. Later in the year, I think this might be a different play for me. But Michigan has had to replace some mighty big pieces from last year's squads, and there's always going to be a period of transition. Plus, they have a new coach in Juwan Howard, and there is certainly going to be an adjustment period. Creighton has a super talented backcourt, certainly probably top 10 backcourt in the country, maybe even a little better than that with Alexander and Ballack. They don't have a ton of size. They brought in a kid from Idaho State named Jones, 6'11". He's going to clog up the middle a little bit. But they were top 10 last season, 3-point shooting, and that's what I think makes up the difference in this one. They've shot well in their first game. They shot 48% in their first game. Granted, it was against Kennesaw State, but shooting is shooting. I think these guys are a veteran squad. I don't think they're going to be overtaken by the moment, and I think the lights out 3-point shooting is going to be able to make up for the lack of size and perhaps some sloppy play on Michigan's part. Give me the Creighton Blue Jays plus 4.5. And give me the Western Michigan Mustangs, Broncos, Ohio Bobcats, first half under. We've got it at 29.5, 30. That's we'll see how that number actually breaks out. And starting the night with the Eastern Michigan team total under 14.5. At the end of those three, how about it, guys? Let's fire up the week here, okay? You guys can join me. We'll pick up our winning tickets, and we will head back to the window. All right. I will put the link up to the premium plays. If you're interested in getting down on those, love to have you as part of the team. Like I said, we have been absolutely chilly on the premium side. We are 8 under. We're 7 under for the month. I will tell you, we are still profitable in football, 53.4%. So we're still eking out a living on the football side on the premium picks. You guys know me. I run cold, and I was thinking about this. I actually ran ice cold. We started the premium service last year, and I ran ice cold right about this same time of year. So I don't know why it happens, but it does. I know that every time in my life I've gone cold, I immediately follow up and get hot. So it's coming. I know it's coming. You guys know it's coming if you've been following me a while. And yeah, I'm starting to see the comments like, yeah, you don't know shit. You're 0-4 in the NFL. You know what? I haven't gotten any dumber. Shit happens. It's the way that it works, man. It's a miserable time when you're getting beat, and it's not only am I losing my own money, which I am, and that's never pleasant, but it's far worse to have people that put stock in what you say and make plays based on what you've told them, and even worse than that, to have people pay hard-earned money for your picks and have those picks go down. So again, I'm not singing the blues. I have a great job. I'm cold. It sucks. I'll get hot. It's going to happen. All right, so let's take a look. Speaking of guys that are hot, we got a couple of them. Let's see how you guys did today, all right? On the shout-out situation, the legendary King said he read that when Russell Wilson is an underdog by 6 points or more, he is 5-0 against the spread, and Seattle is like 9-0 straight up, 8-1 against the spread before a bye. Yeah, I know, dude, and I just ran through the red light with Russell Wilson, and a lot of those trends, there were some good trends on the San Francisco side as well, especially Garoppolo being playing there at Levi's. I'm going to be honest with you, I was completely unimpressed by Garoppolo. He was he just through these guys. I don't know what this trend is nowadays about throwing off the back foot. I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I know Mahomes does it a lot, but I don't. He didn't start this. He didn't start this trend, but it is something that has just gotten to be an epidemic in the NFL. And Garoppolo is one of the worst at it. And you see those passes. He threw everything high tonight. Everything was just outrageously high. I wasn't impressed. Now Clowney chased him around. And speaking of shitty, holy shit, did Joe Staley get just abused by Jadeveon Clowney? I know it was his first game back from broken leg, but I read a lot of interviews with him where he said like he was ready to go last week. So the legs wasn't banged up at all, but he was dreadful. That's an all-pro left tackle right there. That ain't nothing. That ain't some rookie from Bowling Green that Clowney was clowning. It was Joe Staley, and he whiffed on him a couple of times. I mean, whiffed, not just bad technique. He missed him. So that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. I thought the Niners would be able to run the ball a little bit better than they did. I thought they'd be able to run it a lot better than they did. And Mostert went, and that's if I'd have known Mostert was going to go. That's the hard part about doing these the day before. You don't get a full injury report. But yeah, Mostert went, so that cut down Breida's carries. He had 10 carries, but again, 18 yards. It's hard to say that he got shorted. 10 carries should have been enough statistically. So anyway, we ran through those. Nice job, LK. He got down on Seattle, and he also had the over 47. He goes 2-0 plus 200. Peter Forte said, I'm liking Seattle and the over for a 6-point teaser. What do you think? I did not get back with him. I was in meetings all day. But for the record right now, Pete, I think that's a great bet. We'll give him 1-0 plus 100 on his 6-point teaser there. Nicely done. Ninja 13 wished everybody a happy Veterans Day. I also found out today And I didn't know it before this, because I'm American. And we don't really know other countries are around sometimes, but it is also Remembrance Day in Canada. So again, happy Veterans Day, happy Remembrance Day to all of our friends north of the border. The Ninja had Seahawks on the money line, and then he had the Capitals on the money line. He goes 1-1, and I believe it paid 160 on the money line there, so we'll call that plus 60. Daniel Ruan had a fine day in the NBA. This cat knows his stuff. He always puts up nice little capsules about his reasoning behind the picks. He went 3-0, Timberwolves, Rockets, and Raptors. Well done, sir. 3-0 plus 300, Steve Godon. Steve rode those Seattle Seahawks hard. He had them plus 6. He also had them on the money line at 215. Oh, that's a nice play. So man, we got to give Ninja a little bit more money there on the old money line. He missed out on the Seattle first half. He goes 2-1 plus 215 on the day. The confused Oracle, man, he was confused just like me. He loved the Niners in this one, and I know he talked a lot of shit, and it did not work out. And so, brother, I appreciate you being there. It was you and me against the Seattle Nation, against the 12th man, and we did not fare well. He did have a moment of clarity, because he talked about how good San Francisco was. He says, the other scenario is a copy of the Saints-Falcons game yesterday where the underdog won outright against a hot team on the road. Said Seahawks fans can dream. Yes, they dreamt it. If they dream it, you can do it. Panthers fan said Seattle wins. It's a no-brainer. Said, look what the Cardinals did to this defense, and Murray isn't half of what Wilson is. I said, I don't know why all the sports analysts are saying Niners are going to win. I'll take the Seattle money line all day. He said, and then he did well there. And then he had a spin on Juszczyk and to catch a touchdown pass, which I thought that was fine because they talked about using Juszczyk in place of Kittle, and Juszczyk has been very, very valuable in the passing game. So but he did not catch a touchdown pass. Why? Because almost no one did, because they scored one touchdown on offense. Yeah, plus 231 on the and that's what I have. If I'm doing this, going back through and I don't have the number to start with, I usually use scores and odds just for the record. So 231 is what we had there. So he goes to 1-1 plus 231, and that makes Ninja 1-1 plus 221 as well, as he had the Capitals on the money line. Actually, I think the Capitals, now that you mention it, I'm sorry, not like I could have checked this in advance. Capitals were laying heavy wood, minus 181. So Ninja makes about a third of a unit right there. So yeah, all right, you know what? I'd take it. I would take it right now. Where are we at? C-Dub had his kind of a rough day over in the European soccer. He did have in Paraguay. Libertad, -1. That one did hit. Long fight with a short stick on the other 3 picks. Mikey Butler had a nice day today. He goes 4-1. He likes by the points. I usually have Mike down for about -150 on his bets, so I'm going to call him 4-1 plus 250 on the day. Rocky Top Splash said, I disagree completely on the 49ers game. Said, you're taking the over with 2 good defenses playing. 49ers lose Kittle and not Jimmy G, not much production as a quarterback. Seahawks only have Wilson, and 49ers D will get after him. Both teams love to run the game, love to run the ball, which eats up the clock. And I'm taking the under. You know what? I'm gonna tip my cap to you, Rocky Top Splash. You had it capped right. It was again, we talked about it, too much defense, as they got 2 defensive touchdowns. So I'll give you the official okey doke on that one and admit that you should have won that bet. That's a bad beat right there, my friend. Darwin Tango, he had he goes 3-2 plus 175. He also had the Seahawks money line at plus 200, and he had the first half in the Presbyterian game. He had the Seahawks plus 6 as well. David Frygon, our 3-team parlay master. Why do I say that? Because he hit another one today. He hit the Seahawks plus 6. Very nice play there. He had the Jazz -7 in the NBA, and he had the Cincinnati Bearcats -11. And that just went 1-0 on that 3-teamer plus 600. Nicely done, David. You are rocking. You're rocking the 3-teamers, brother. I think you've hit what, 3 of 6. You've hit half the 3-teamers you put up there. That'll make you money every day. He was 11-4 with his 3-teamers. So yeah, five of them. So that's going to make him 14-4 for his 6 3-team parlays. I would say if you're not at least taking a little sprinkle on David Frygon's action, you might be missing out. Just saying. Stephen Tejada. Stephen had the T-Wolves on the money line at plus 140. And, he said, Seahawks, and, he played the 3-teamer. He played the Timberwolves, played the Seahawks money line, and he played the Mavs plus 160 on the money line. And again, the Mavs just couldn't quite get it done there up in Boston. So very, very close, Stephen. Donald Boyd said, "Don't break the chain. Niners win easily." Yeah, you and me, brother. I didn't know that it would be easy. I thought they'd cover, and I thought that our only worry would have been a backdoor cover at the end by Seattle. I thought they'd have a comfortable lead throughout this one. The astute Aardvark, pretty damn astute. He played North Carolina Central. He played the Spurs and the Jazz. He goes 2-1 plus 90. Hammer and Hank, how about a perfect day for Hammer and Hank? Seahawks plus 6, the over 47, and the Jazz in their game over 211. Very nicely done, 3-0 plus 300. Hammer and Hank. Get a King said, "Yay Niners." Not today. Not today, Get a King. But you know what? Our day may come. Cyrus Quing had the Sanford Belmont under. And Cyrus, I had this at 156.5 according to Scores and Odds. And the reason I say that is because they went to 158. So if you got a different number on that, let me know, brother, because that was the only play today. It was a close one. And Casey Martin closed it out with saying the Chiefs comped up multiple fur balls. Yeah, they did, man. That was just a dreadful game for the Kansas City Chiefs. So not good, not bueno at all. All right, so here's our Posicappers for the day. The Stu Aardvark goes 2-1 plus 90. Pete Forte goes 1-0 plus 100. Ninja 13 goes 1-1 plus 113. Panthers fan goes 1-1 plus 131. Darwin Tango 3-2 plus 175. The legendary King 2-0 plus 200. Steve Godin 2-1 plus 215. Mikey Butler 4-1 plus 250. Hammer and Hank 3-0 plus 300. Daniel Ruan 3-0 plus 300. And you know him, you love him. If you ain't playing that 3-teamer, get off your ass and do it. It's David Frygon once again hitting his 3-teamer at 6-1. You are 1-0 plus 600. David, you are our capper of the day. Congratulations, my friend. Very well done. If you have any desire, put a play up there for Wednesday night action. Let us know what it is in the comment section, and we'll get it on the board. All right? So to the rest of you, nicely done. And to the rest of you that didn't quite get it done today, hopefully we kept enough powder dry to come out and take a couple shots at it today. No matter what happens, though, you guys know the drill. We'll meet back here 24 hours from now. We'll bitch about our bad beats and our bad streaks. We'll brag about our fat stacks. And, because it'll be Wednesday, it'll be more action. It'll be hump day. We'll jump in there. We'll fire it up. We'll do it all again. You guys take care. Have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.